So whether you're a follower of the Long Island Sound podcast or not, I've got a really special album for you. It's by a guy named Pete Mancini, and I want to do an album review. I've had Pete on the podcast several times. He's a singer-songwriter from right here on Long Island. I ran into him several years ago, and it's one of those things, at least to me, where you get that feeling of, wow, I found this guy that is going to really be hitting the charts, is really a great singer-songwriter. And after I got to know him over a couple of years, I was really kind of astonished in a good way about his writing, his music, his development, and his success. And you'll be able to look in the description for the other interviews I've had with Pete Mancini. I consider him a friend. But I really want to talk about this album. I have a CD player in my car, as many still do. And I came across an advanced copy of his album called Equator. And I'm a big Neil Young fan. I know about Drive-By Truckers. It was produced by Matt Patton. And it's got a great storyline that kind of is a great thread through this album. And as I commute to work, to and from work, I've been listening to it. And I really just want to tell people, check out Pete Mancini. You'll see it in the description. Plus, I want you to comment if you've heard the album or if you've heard Pete play. By the way, he is going to be playing in New York City very soon. So we'll give you details about that on the 27th. Today is the 25th. Of March. That is his album release party. One of his special guests is Tom Moran, who's also another great singer-songwriter who's been on the podcast as well. But I really want to talk about this album, Equator. I think it's just fantastic. It starts out with this really rockin' tune that really, for me, was reminiscent of a great Neil Young tune. It's called Calamity People. And this whole album to me just has hope and despair and speaks to what's happening in our country today. I would say there's a protest song in there, and I think you should check it out. Calamity People is a great rockin' song that kicks off the album. And go to his Bandcamp, by the way, and download and order. You can order it on vinyl and CD. I'm an old CD guy. I do have to dust off the turntable and start to get back into vinyl. But Calamity People, great. And then there's this song, Equator. And Pete will tell the story of how one of his friends, when they drove down south, they were touring down south, and he misspoke and misconstrued the Mason-Dixon line with the American Equator. And as with all great songwriters who, when the muse hits them, man, that could be a great song. And American Equator really talks about the divide in this country. So it's something certainly to rev you up and check it out. He kind of is an Americana guy, but I can't pin him down to any particular genre. He veers off into a nice pop song called Technicolor Days, which is really, really kind of cool. That slides into a song called Skid Row Skyline, and then Spy Rock Road, which I love when an artist can take a song and give me an imaginary place to jump to. And then there's this song called The Paris Hotel. And I was talking to my wife about this, and it's a romantic song of, I guess, departed love, you could say. And if you're from Long Island, you'll recognize some of the Easter eggs that are in this song. 495 is the numerical number for the Long Island Expressway. And the Paris Hotel, there's a Paris Hotel in Queens. I'll just leave it at that, and because I don't want to destroy your imagination with this song. But those from Long Island, New York, Queens, you'll recognize the Paris Hotel, which is off the Long Island Expressway, not far from Queens Boulevard. Leaving for Raleigh, is another great song. Veers into like a country type of song. I really love that. Stomping Grounds. And by the way, he also he co-wrote a couple of songs with his late friend Travis McKivney, and it's so wonderful that Pete brought Travis's song alive. And I'll leave you to go to the interview. You'll see it at the top of the description that I had with Pete, and he'll tell you the story of how the final song on the album, which is called "Sun Came Up," which was a bit of a song that Travis started, and Pete finished it. And it's really, for me, is a song of hope. And what a great way to end this album with this song of hope that he talks about. So you got to check out American Equator from Pete Mancini. Pete and the famous Dr. Scanlon band. I think he plays with them as well. And I finally got who the hell the famous Dr. Scanlon was, which I believe is from the Cuckoo's Nest when he took them on the fishing trip. The famous Dr. Scanlon, I believe. I could be wrong, but what the hell do I know? But I'm telling you, I don't care if you're, 18 years old or you're 75 years old. You're going to really love this album. And I implore you to go see Pete Mancini. So this is the details where Pete's playing. He is playing at the Mercury Lounge in New York City. And that is on March 27th. And it starts at 6 p.m. And along with him is Adam LaGreca and Tom Moran. You should check out the interview. I'll put the description of my interview with Tom Moran as well. And I tell you, I say this all the time. There's such a wellspring of talent here on Long Island. I think we have our own Laurel Canyon group of musicians that are just wonderful. And I don't know, the AI just adjusted my camera. Isn't that goofy? Anyway, check out a lot of the other celebrities and great wellspring of talent that we have here on the Long Island Sound. Hey, if you like what we're doing here, please hit that like button and subscribe. We're growing leaps and bounds in the past couple of months, and it'll help. I really appreciate the likes. It helps us really support live music here on Long Island. Okay, as I say, be generous with your joy, keep your spirits high, and let the music take you on a journey. Be well, everybody.